BMW would share the front row of the grid with the Audi of Michael Stephen, with the Class T front row and all Mini Cooper race affair, courtesy of Clint Weston and Garth Werberski. We chatted to Michael Stephen on the starting grid. Michael, a fantastic qualifying. You're in home turf, home team. Tell us what you're thinking about going down to the first corner.
First of all, we just got to get off the line good. Try to get ahead of Anthony off the line. And if we can get into the lead into the first corner, hopefully we can try break a bit away and we'll bring back the victory for the team.
A big welcome, of course, to Bridgestone Tyres for the very first time to Westbank Super Series. A little bit of a jump start there from Michael Stephen, but you can see staggered start for the first time here in PE, in production cars. And has Anthony Taylor been able to get the jump on Michael Stephen down towards turn one? It looks like it's the Castrol BMW who leads ahead of the Engine Extreme car, and the Audi slots into second. Johan Foury's up into third, then it's Leroy Poulter, Melville Priest. Then we've got Sean Watson-Smith and Richard Roots battling with Gary Formato already as we go on board with Leroy Poulter for the first time through Conti S's. Out of Continental ago, Leroy's down in fourth place. He's got a BMW and two Audis in front of him, and he's got an Audi of Melville Priest right on his tail. You can see that in the rearview mirror shot that we've got down in the bottom right hand of the screen as they come through Westbank. Taylor is absolutely sideways out of there and making those Bridgestone tyres work as they go into Toyota Hairpin for the very first time. Nice bit of driving there from Watson-Smith to keep Melville Priest at bay and to make up one position. Richard Roots is in there too in the Sam Racing Bosel Nissan 350Z. Out of the sweep they come, heading up towards Goodyear now for the very first time. Taylor with Michael Stephen all over the back of him. We're on board with Johan Foury. The VMP Audi Racing team are really on it this weekend, and they definitely are forced to be reckoned with. And these boys up front and just behind are going to have to watch out for Vic Maharaj's team and Johan Foury's team, there's no doubt. As they come across the line now, a stream of A-Class cars go hauling it through. The two Sassel Nissans having a great battle. In Class D, it's Clint Weston from Garth Werberski, then it's Eckhart Schoenknecht. And then looks like it is Heinz Bozé there, just followed by Juan Gerber. Up the inside goes Foury and makes a move on Poulter, or Poulter was trying something around the outside, unable to make it stick now, but he's got ahead of Sean Watson-Smith. Hanging on to fourth place is Leroy Poulter. Watson-Smith battling hard to take that away from him. Up the inside on Garth Werberski. Oh, little touch there between Werberski and Eckhart Schoenknecht in the Caltex Aveline GTI. Oh, problems here for the Castrol Mini. That might have done some damage. It looks like it could be terminal here for Garth Werberski. He's trying to get the car started as we see one of the Finter Parts BMWs back in. That's Robert Volk, who's unable to restart the race. Hopefully they can get that car sorted out and back onto the track. Back to the racing action, and we're into lap 8 of 12, so only 4 laps to go. Taylor leads. Looks like it is Michael Stephen and Foury still battling for second and third, and look at the battle behind them between Poulter, Sean Watson-Smith, and of course Melville Priest. That's for 4, 5, and 6 just ahead of them. We can see 1, 2, and 3. So a little split between these battles. 3 cars for the first 3 and 3 cars for the second 3. Yeah, they come down towards turn 1, and at the moment it's still the BMW has not been better from the start. Looks like we've got problems there for Leroy Poulter because Watson-Smith's got ahead of him. Sean Watson-Smith just stuck that Audi up the inside of Leroy Poulter, and he had no answer. Well, we'll have to wait and see if Poulter can get past him once again as they head up towards Westbank corner now. Through this little left-hander, and then they're coming to Westbank, and it's Sean Watson-Smith pulling a little bit of gap on Leroy Poulter. Speaking of gaps, look at the gap between Weston and Schoenknecht. GTI still with a lot of work to do to try and catch those Castrol Minis, but Schoenknecht has had them at some circuits where they've had problems, and of course all the weight differences and problems with putting weight in the cars and taking weight out of the cars has had its effect as well. But it's nice to see Juan Gerber having a really great outing for his only second time in that Vendetta GTI. Caltex Aveline's GTI, of course, is run by Eckhart Schoenknecht and his team, and they're doing a great job as they heads up towards Westbank. Back to the front of the field. Looks like Johan Foury is going to try for second place here. Is Michael Stephen going to keep him out? Well, he's got the inside line, and he just forces his way on the inside there. A little bit of a touch between Foury and Stephen. I don't know if Johan Foury is going to be too happy about that. Look at that, Watson-Smith's got through as well. So it's the Engine Extreme Audis in second and third now. Foury down to fourth. Anthony Taylor is looking in his rearview mirror going, what is going on behind me? There's just action aplenty, and that's exactly what we expect from Class A. Production cars being run by Bridgestone Tyres for the very first time here. Of course, Bridgestone have been with them a long, long time supplying tyres, but now a welcome naming rights sponsor to the production cars. There you can see the Bridgestone stickers on top of all those cars, and as they come through turn 1 once again, it's 2, 3 Audis behind the BMW. Then we've got a little bit of a gap to that Sassel AE Nissan of Leroy Poulter, and then it's Melville Priest just behind in the 4th of the Audis. Look at how close these guys are. You can throw a proverbial blanket over those first 3 cars. There's nothing in it. In fact, those 2 Engine Extreme Audis look like Finter trailers. They stuck behind that BMW so closely. up towards Toyota Hepburn. You can see taking evasive action, holding that inside line, not giving them a gap. Michael Stephen is going to have to find a way through Anthony Taylor, and Taylor is not an easy man to pass. He can make that BMW as wide as a bus if he wants to. I've had an opportunity of going around the circuit with him in that particular car, and I tell you something, he makes this car handle like an absolute dream. He is really talented, and it's going to take a lot of talent from Stephen and Watson Smith to try and get past him. There you can see he just hugs the inside line once again, not giving them an inch. Using that racecraft that's made him South African champion in production cars last year. That's why he's got the A1 plate on his car, and he's going to take the win. Great bit of driving there from Anthony Taylor ahead of Michael Stephen, and in third place is going to be Sean Watson Smith.
Though second on the road, Michael Stephen was docked 30 seconds for jumping the race start, which dropped him out of contention. Even so, the official top 5 cars were covered by 2 seconds over the finish line. Stephen was only told about his penalty after the ceremony and had to give the flowers back. We spoke to his Engine Audi teammates.
With Sean Watson Smith from the Engine Extreme Audi team. Sean started quite way back, but terrific drive. Also get a net second because of your teammates' 30-second penalty, but fantastic drive.
Yeah, it was good fun. You know, I can't remember when last I did a race where, when I saw the checkered flag, it was the first time I sort of thought the end of the race is coming, and it was over. Normally you look at the lap boards, and I didn't even think to look at them. It was just so busy. You know, you're watching the front, you're watching the rear. It was really hectic, but incredible fun. I was sad it was over because, I mean, I was making progress up the field.